Welcome to Peshawar Model School, Nashia campus. Don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel so you can watch our upcoming videos. I'm your chemistry teacher, Ms. Faratiba. Today we will continue our chapter number 9, class 10, chemistry, chemical equilibrium. And as you know that we have done with the MCQs of this chapter, so we will continue this exercise of chapter number 9 with the short questions. So today we will have to do the written work of this chapter. So for that you should have to take your copies and pens so you can note down the short questions of this chapter. Okay, so now let's start with the short questions of this chapter. The first one question is, define chemical equilibrium with two examples. As we know that these are the short questions, so we will write the short definition of this chemical equilibrium and we will also give two examples. So the answer is, it is a state of reversible reaction when the opposing reactions occur at the same rate and the concentrations of reactant and products do not change with time. Reversible reaction means that those reactions which can proceed in both direction and which we can reverse in the opposite direction are called reversible reaction. Opposing reactions means those reactions which can proceed in the opposite directions to each other is called the opposing reaction. Occur at the same rate and concentrations of reactants and products do not change with time means their concentrations will be constant. They will not be changed at any time in the reaction mixture. Okay, so now look at the examples. We will give two examples of chemical equilibrium. So the reaction number first is when 1 mole of hydrogen react with 1 mole of iodine, it will give us 2 moles of hydrogen iodide. So you can see here the reversible reaction arrows. These are the arrows in which the first one arrow shows the forward reaction which proceed from the left to right, and the other arrow shows the backward reaction which proceed from right to left. So this is the reaction which proceed in both forward and backward direction, so this will call the reversible reaction. The other example is reaction number 2, when 1 mole of nitrogen react with 1 mole of 3 moles of hydrogen, it will give us 2 moles of ammonia gas. So this is also the reversible reaction because the ammonia get bakes and it will give us 3 mole of hydrogen and 1 mole of nitrogen gas in the backward direction. So both of these are the examples of chemical equilibrium and also the reversible reactions. Okay, now question number 2 is, how would you identify that dynamic equilibrium has been established? So you should have to give the short answer for this question. When the rate of forward reaction becomes equal to the rate of backward reaction, it is said to be the state of dynamic equilibrium. Means the rate or the speed at which the forward reaction are proceeding, that should be equal to the rate or speed of backward reaction. So at that time there will be established a state which we can call the dynamic equilibrium. And the example is, when 1 mole of hydrogen react with 1 mole of iodine, it will give us 2 mole of hydrogen iodide. You can see to this graph. In this graph, the orange lines shows the forward reaction. Means that here is a point at which when the forward reaction came, so at that time the products reacting back and it will give us the reactants in the reverse direction. which we can see in the purple color. So this is the point at the joining point that will be the dynamic equilibrium stage. Means at this stage both the speed of forward and backward reactions will be equal, and this point is said to be the equilibrium point. Now question number 3 is, at equilibrium a mixture of nitrogen, hydrogen and ammonia gas at 500 degrees Celsius is determined to consist of 0.602 mole per decimeter cube of nitrogen, 0.420 mole per decimeter cube of hydrogen and 0.113 mole per decimeter cube of ammonia. What is the equilibrium constant for the reaction at this temperature? Okay, so now this question we will determine the equilibrium constant for this reaction at this particular temperature 500 degrees Celsius. This is the reaction for this question. 1 mole of nitrogen react with 3 moles of hydrogen and it will give us 2 moles of ammonia gas. So we will write the equilibrium constant for this reaction. The given data is, concentration of nitrogen gas is 0.602 mole per decimeter cube, concentration of hydrogen gas is 0.420 mole per decimeter cube, and concentration of ammonia is 0.113 mole per decimeter cube. And what we should required, we required Kc. Kc means the equilibrium constant. We will find out the equilibrium constant for this reaction, and the solution is, okay, as we know that this is the mathematical ratio for the equilibrium constant. Kc is equal to concentration of products divided by concentration of reactant. As we know that in this reaction case ammonia is the product and nitrogen and hydrogen are the reactants. So look at this, Kc is equal to concentration of product whole square, because we have 2 moles of ammonia, divided by concentration of nitrogen, concentration of hydrogen. As we have 1 mole of nitrogen, so we will not put any coefficient here, and 3 mole of hydrogen, so we will write the 3 as a coefficient for this hydrogen. Okay, now we will write down the values of for these. Kc is equal to 0.113 whole square, because ammonia value is 0.113 and we have 2 as a coefficient, and divided by nitrogen value is 0.602, multiply with 0.420 whole cube, because we have 3 moles of hydrogen. Okay, so if we take a square for this, so we will get 0.0127, and divided by 0.602 multiply with 0.420 whole cube. The next step is Kc is equal to 0.127 is equal to 0.0 divided by 0.0445, because we took the cube for this and we multiply this with 0.602, so we got 0.0445. so if we divide 0.0127 by 0.0445, so we will get 0.285 mole per decimeter cube. So this is the equilibrium constant for this reaction. Now the question number 4 is, write down the equilibrium constant expression for the following reactions. And the reactions are, the first one reaction is ammonia gas formation. 1 mole of nitrogen react with 3 mole of hydrogen and it will give 2 moles of ammonia. The second is when 2 moles of hydrogen react with 1 mole of oxygen gas, it will give us 2 moles of water. And the third one is when 4 moles of ammonia react with 5 moles of oxygen, it will give us 4 moles of nitric oxide plus 6 moles of water. So we will write the equilibrium constant expressions for the following. Okay, now start with the reaction first, and that is 1 mole of hydrogen react with 3 mole of hydrogen, and it will give us 2 moles of ammonia gas. Okay, so now look at the solution. As we know that rate of forward reaction is directly proportional to concentration of nitrogen and concentration of hydrogen. Now how is this for forward reaction? Because these are the reactants, and when these react together it will give us products. So these are the forward reaction components, or we can say that these reactants proceed from left to right. So the rate of forward reaction will be directly proportional to nitrogen and hydrogen. Means that if the concentration of both of these reactants are more, it means that rate of forward reaction will be higher. Okay, so now RF is equal to Kf, concentration of nitrogen and concentration of hydrogen. Now we eliminate this proportionality sign with this equal sign, and we put this Kf. This is the constant for the rate of forward reaction. So we where Kf is the rate constant for forward reaction. Now the next is reverse reaction. For this first one reaction, rate of reverse reaction is directly proportional to concentration of ammonia gas. So we can write this RR is equal to Kr, concentration of ammonia. We eliminate this proportionality sign with this equality sign, and we put this constant Kr. Kr is the rate constant for reverse reaction. Now at equilibrium, rate of forward reaction will be equal to rate of reverse reaction, as we know that RF is for the rate of forward reaction and RR is for rate of reverse reaction. And what is the value of RF? RF value is Kf, concentration of nitrogen and concentration of hydrogen, and RR value is concentration of Kr, concentration of ammonia. Okay, so if we rearrange this equation, so we can also write this like Kf divided by Kr is equal to concentration of ammonia whole square divided by concentration of nitrogen and concentration of hydrogen. We can also write Kc for this reaction instead of Kf divided by Kr, because Kc is equal to Kf divided by Kr. So we can also write this like Kc is equal to concentration of ammonia divided by concentration of nitrogen and concentration of hydrogen. Okay, the next one is reaction number 2. When 2 mole of hydrogen react with 1 mole of oxygen, it will give us 2 moles of water. So this is the solution for this reaction. Rate of forward reaction will be equal to concentration of hydrogen, concentration of oxygen. So we can also write this RF is equal to, because we eliminate this proportionality sign with this equality sign, and we also put down the Kf instead of this proportionality sign. So RF is equal to Kf, concentration of hydrogen, concentration of oxygen, where Kf is the rate constant for forward reaction. Now the rate of reverse reaction for this second reaction. Rate of reverse reaction is directly proportional to concentration of water. We can write as RR is equal to Kr, concentration of water, because we eliminate this proportionality sign with this equality sign, and we put down the Kr as the rate constant for the reverse reaction, where Kr is the rate constant for reverse reaction. Now at equilibrium, rate of forward reaction will be equal to rate of reverse reaction, as we know that RF will be for the forward reaction and RR is for the rate of reverse reaction. So RF will be equal to RR. And what's the value of RF? Kf, concentration of hydrogen, concentration of oxygen. And what is the value of RR? Kr, concentration of water. So if we rearrange this equation, so we will get Kf by Kr is equal to concentration of hydrogen, concentration of oxygen divided by concentration of water. So we can also write the Kc, because we know that Kc is equal to Kf by Kr. So we can write this Kc is equal to concentration of hydrogen, concentration of oxygen divided by concentration of water. So this is the Kc expression for the water molecule formation. Now the next one is, when 4 moles of ammonia react with 5 moles of oxygen, it will give us 4 moles of nitric oxide and 6 moles of water. Okay, so now rate of forward reaction will be directly proportional to concentration of ammonia, and this 4 is the coefficient for the 4 moles of ammonia, and concentration of oxygen, and we put this 5 because we have 5 moles of oxygen. Now we can write this Rf is equal to Kf 4 moles of ammonia. So we put these 4 moles as a coefficient, and concentration of oxygen, where Kf is the rate constant for forward reaction. Now the rate of reverse reaction will be directly proportional to concentration of nitric oxide, concentration of water, where Rr is equal to Kr, concentration of nitric oxide, concentration of water. So where Kr is the rate constant for reverse reaction. At equilibrium, rate of forward reaction will be equal to rate of reverse reaction. So Rf will be equal to Rr, and now we will put the value of Rf. Kf, concentration of ammonia, concentration of oxygen, will be equal to concentration Kr, concentration of nitric oxide, concentration of water. So if we rearrange this equation, so we will get Kf divided by Kr will be equal to concentration of ammonia into concentration of oxygen divided by concentration of nitric oxide into concentration of water. So we will also write this Kc, because we know that Kc is equal to Kf by Kr. So we can write the Kc instead of Kf by Kr is equal to concentration of ammonia into concentration of oxygen divided by concentration of nitric oxide into concentration of water. So that was the Kc expression for all those reactions. I hope you will understand these questions, and if you have any question, so you can also ask me. Okay.